Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie. With the recent announcement of the new female Doctor, who I'm sorry, should have been Emma Thompson, many Whovians have been thinking back on their favorite Doctors. So, I thought I'd go over some of my personal favorites. This is such a hard list because I honestly liked all the Doctors. It's really difficult to rank such amazing characters, but I'll give it a shot. Feel free to change my mind in the comments because I'm certainly open to other opinions. Without further ado, these are my top 10 Doctors of Doctor Who. Before I start the list proper, I have to give an honorable mention to Rowan Atkinson. While not actually a doctor on the show, his Doctor Who sketch for comic relief was so good that I feel he deserves recognition. To be honest, I'd be so happy to see Atkinson as the Doctor in the show. His humor is such a great mixture of goofy and dry. While we're talking new Doctors, maybe a young Canadian Doctor would be fun. Maybe even one with big eyebrows. Just food for thought. Anyway, here's the list. Number 10. Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor. Barely squeaking in at number 10, Colin Baker had a pretty rough go of things. With the show going on a 2-year hiatus after his first season, then returning with a pretty strange trial of a Time Lord, Colin Baker got kinda screwed over by circumstances beyond his control. When he wasn't off the air or given lame scripts, I quite enjoyed his Willy Wonka style Doctor. Thankfully, he's now involved in the Big Finish Productions audio plays, so he's getting another chance to shine as a Doctor. Number 9. William Hartnell, the 1st Doctor. I would be remiss if I didn't include Hartnell on this list. As the 1st Doctor, he had the responsibility of introducing the world to the Doctor. Hartnell was less of a childish rogue and more of a stern school teacher, which seems rather undoctorly to those of us who grew up with later Doctors, but I just couldn't have a best Doctors list without including the guy who started it all. Number 8. Jon Pertwee, the 3rd Doctor. There will always be a place in my heart for Pertwee, known by some as the Action Doctor. It's cool to watch a Doctor rolling in Bessie the Whomobile or taking some bad guys down like a flamboyant James Bond. Now, I do also enjoy the more non-violent Doctors and miss the TARDIS at times, but it's a nice change to see a Doctor who knows how to kick butt and take names. The guy just oozes cool. Number 7. Sylvester McCoy, the 7th Doctor. Some people will disagree with this since he's one of the least popular Doctors, but this is my list and I like him, so there. McCoy took the Doctor significantly more over the top and cheesy than previous and future Doctors, which is the main reason people weren't too impressed. But guess what? Doctor Who is an over-the-top and cheesy show. Plus his goofiness, in my opinion, fit pretty well with the silly writing of his episodes. If you want believable, go watch Downton Abbey. Look, in all seriousness, I do understand the criticism, especially given the amazing Doctors we've been blessed with recently, but by golly, I like him. Sue me. Don't sue me, I'm poor. Number 6. Christopher Eccleston, the 9th Doctor. There isn't a ton of love for Chris Eccleston out there, but I think he's awesome. Lots of people didn't like his stoic attitude or bland outfit, but I think it was totally befitting of a Doctor who had just been through the Time War. I think Eccleston did a great job, and his sudden manic shifts to a goofier Doctor really stood out next to his more serious tone. It's really too bad he didn't get much of a story arc. I would have liked to see more than one season of him. Number 5. Patrick Troughton, the 2nd Doctor. Troughton basically invented the Doctor that we know today. While there will always be a place in our hearts for Hartnell, the 2nd Doctor showed us a new, better rounded Doctor who could be stern when he needed to be, but was much more affable and friendly than the 1st. Troughton is seen by many to have set the bar for all future Doctors, and looking at the modern iterations, you can definitely see his influence. Number 4. Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor. Fans are fairly divided about the newest Doctor, but he is among my favorites. At 55 years old at the start of his run, Capaldi was the 2nd oldest actor to play the Doctor after Hartnell, which is really cool to see. Capaldi's surly demeanor mixed with his deliciously dry humor made him a huge change of pace from Smith's happy-go-lucky Doctor. While I really liked this, many of the younger fans who started with Matt Smith were a bit put off by it. Regardless, I think Capaldi's done an excellent job, and I'll be sorry to see him go. Number 3. Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor. Matt Smith entered the Doctor Who world with some big shoes to fill with the departure of David Tennant, and I think he did a great job. While at first his rather unique appearance and boyish naivety were slightly off-putting to me, he quickly grew on me, becoming one of my favorites. It helps that he had a number of interesting, well-written episodes and a fairly extensive story arc, but Matt Smith certainly made the part his own. Plus he brought bow ties back, which I love because bow ties are cool. Number 2. Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor. Always a fan favorite, Tom Baker had incredible success in his whopping 7 years as a Doctor. With a fun array of companions, including the introduction of his mechanical sidekick K9, Tom Baker won the hearts of fans everywhere. Probably the most recognizable Doctor of the original series, not only because of his long stint on the show, but because he was, in my opinion, opinion, the most interesting version of the Doctor in the original series. Now, fans of Tom Baker got quite the treat in the 2013 episode Day of the Doctor, in which he made a short but memorable and adorable cameo. What a boss. Number 1. David Tennant, the 10th Doctor. I'm slightly biased on this one because Tennant was my first Doctor. My local library only had a bit of Doctor Who, and all the DVDs they had were of Tennant. Needless to say, I borrowed those DVDs several times. All biases aside though, Tennant was just such an incredible Doctor. Sometimes he showed Eccleston's deep sadness, other times he had the childish whimsy of Matt Smith or Tom Baker. His chemistry with his many companions was great. It was cool seeing a different side of the Doctor with each companion. Plus his relationship with Rose was just amazing. The only problem I have with Rose and the 10th Doctor is that That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Who's your favorite Doctor? And who do you think would be a great Doctor? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds, or should I say... I don't see